So a lot of people don't think that the Affordable Care Act, also called Obamacare, affect them. And I just want to say that it does. And in 2015, I had a prescription that I really needed, and it cost $300 for a 30-day supply without insurance. Today, I got this same prescription, a 90-day supply, also without insurance, and it was $44 for a 90-day supply versus $300 for a 30-day supply. Like, those are the real, tangible things that people care about, and this is one of the things that I'm afraid of during the Trump presidency, is that will go away. I want everybody to have insurance. I don't want this to be a conversation, but negotiating drug prices has been a huge win for Democrats.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video, people are just sharing some of the reasons or some of their fears about tipping winning. Okay, and yeah, I'm just going to let their videos roll and we listen to them. Then let me know what you think in the comment. Okay, let's just have that conversation. All right, what is done is done, but yeah, there's always consequences. Okay, and yeah, let's go watch their videos, then we'll come back and we'll talk more about it. Please do well to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.
So, quick little story time on how elections have consequences. So I was at work yesterday. Obviously, it's been a couple days since the results of the election. And, world moves on. I play sports all my life, so I was always taught, everything ain't gonna go your way, but, you got to get to the next play, so we just move on to the next play. So anyway, we got a call to an elderly woman. She had a slip and fall, hurt herself pretty significantly, so we had to get over to the hospital, obviously. When we got to her home, it wasn't in, one of the better conditions, and it looked like she could, barely take care of herself. So we load her up. I'm back there. I'm monitoring her. And as I'm monitoring her, we got a little bit of her out to the hospital. So, we're talking and, talking about this thing, kind of trying to pass the time. So, I proceed to ask her, because I noticed her living conditions. I'm like, well, do you need help? Do you have anybody that can help, take care of you or help every once in a while just check on you? And she said, no, it's just, it's pretty much just her. She's on her own. Her significant other had passed away a few years earlier, and she didn't have any children close by, so it was really just her. She proceeds to ask me what my thoughts were on the election, and I said the same thing I just said to you guys. Hey, next play. It wasn't the outcome that I wanted, but hey, next play. She, on the other hand, was happy because she voted for Trump, so she was happy that he won. So she asked me why was one of the reasons I was disappointed. Well, I say, working in this field, I work and see a lot of people like yourself that need help, that can't actually afford to get the necessary help that they need as far as like a home health aide or a CNA to come check on them. And one of Ms. Harris's policies was expanding Medicare and Medicaid to cover the cost of in-home health care, like home health aides, CNAs for people in your situation. I tell you, this lady looked at me just absolutely shocked. I was like, yeah, that's one of her policies would have helped you specifically because you're on Medicare, Medicaid, and it could have helped, provided you with the necessary help you need at home to, make your life better and, help you live a little bit longer, a little bit more better quality of life. She was just, like I said, she had no words. She was like, I didn't know that. Nobody ever told me that. That wasn't in anything that I read or I seen. I assumed where she got her information from based upon the answer that she just gave, as far as like she never saw or never knew that was one of the policies or one of the things that she proposed. And then I just see an overwhelming look of like sadness on her face. And, I'm like, yeah, that's why it's kind of good to try to get as much information from as many different places as possible. So we proceed to get into the hospital. I get her all transferred over, get a report to the nurse, and I proceed to tell her, I hope everything works out for you, and I hope you have a great day. But she just was like, I felt bad for her because, she genuinely didn't know, and I was like, there's only so much I could do in my job to get you to the hospital. So again, man, everything got consequences, and I hope it really does work out for her. It's one of the things about me, man. I'm an empathetic person. I hate to see anybody suffering. So, but again, that's consequences.
Hey, Medical Mom Besties, raise a hand if you remember a time before the Affordable Care Act. Now let's put a finger down if you remember a time when insurance companies could discriminate against anyone who had a pre-existing condition. I sure remember. You couldn't get insurance to save your life. And I mean literally to save your life. You couldn't get insurance if you had a pre-existing condition. Now let's also remember that at this point, 78% of Americans are documented as having had COVID. And despite being pretty much in denial about long COVID, generally speaking, we know that long COVID exists and the insurance company knows it exists. So guess what? 78% of all Americans could be precluded with pre-existing conditions because they've had COVID. That's on top of all the other chronic health conditions. Put a finger down if you remember a time when there was a lifetime cap on insurance and you couldn't get insurance after you capped that out. So that could be in the first year or two of life, like it was with my kids.
Well, a little over 3 years ago, I publicly shared that I was super fired up. Not because I was diagnosed with breast cancer, but because of the high cost of diagnostic testing to be diagnosed. This just really lit a fire inside of me to help advocate for change and stand up for those going through it behind me. Today, I am coming on super fired up because there is so much on the line in the election. And there has not been enough attention around the Affordable Care Act set to expire in 2025 and what that means. To be honest, before I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I was a young, healthy person. I wouldn't have thought much of it. Living this, it has changed the way I think. So, with the Affordable Care Act, it protects Americans from being discriminated against by their insurance company. If this expires, insurance companies can charge those with pre-existing conditions more or deny them coverage altogether. It also allows for breast screenings to be covered 100% by your insurance. It also covers young adults age 18 to 26 to stay on their parents' insurance. And say those young adults, if they have a pre-existing condition or even something in childhood that they outgrew, insurance providers could charge them more or deny them coverage altogether. There is so much on the line. And as a breast cancer survivor, I am horrified if this is to happen. If our insurance becomes more expensive or if I am denied coverage, I don't know what we will do. As a survivor, you are at higher risk for other cancers and you have to be under surveillance. It takes money to do that. I am just one of millions that could be affected by this. Your vote matters. Know what you are voting for. Are you voting against yourself? Are you voting against your loved ones? If you want to protect the women, you need to keep the Affordable Care Act.
People are really scared about, from next month, a lot of things are going to be unfolding. By then, TP is already in power and he's going to take over a lot of things and, making sure that his policies are enacted and all of that. So people are already scared because he's a man of his word, whether you like it or not. Whenever he said, oh, I'm going to do this, when you look at it, he ends up doing those things, especially when it has to do with things that are really serious and some of you actually need them. Trust me, he's going to do them. So now people are really scared and they are just wondering, hope, especially for the Affordable Care Act. A lot of them are using that particular services and now it's going to be taken away from them. People are really scared, especially people who have like serious ill health and they need to visit the hospital, be under surveillance for a very long time. Now they are scared of losing all of that, and who knows whatever insurance that will come in place, if it will be as affordable as the ACA, right, which is the Obamacare. So people are really tense right now, and they are just imagining a lot of things. But you guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Okay, let me have your own opinion as well. I think we just need to start giving hope to people right now, because a lot is happening in people's mind for their own mental health. Okay, we just need to try to give them hope. All right, thank you so much for watching. Let's have that conversation in the comment section, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also do give my video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.